Welcome back to the show.
Thank you very much.
And let's start by saying congratulations on all of your nominations. How many nominations do you have? Because sometimes I feel like Instagram is just repeating a post, and then I realize you've gotten nominated for another thing. What's your latest nomination now?
The Screen Actors Guild.
That's for us.
Yes, for us. Yes.
Are you a little bit worried that when you go to accept your award, you are going to kidnap you and then go accept the award on your behalf? It's like a tiny... Like, how do we know you're you right now? Do you ever think of that?
All the time.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Let's start off by talking about Star Wars. New movie coming out.
Yes.
Maz Kanata. Maz Kanata is your character.
Yes.
And you're coming back again. These are the most secretive movies, though. Like, the trailer doesn't give anything away,
right,
which I enjoy. They don't let you tell us anything.
Yeah.
Like, why are we here?
Well, I don't know. But it seems to work every time.
It works every time, yeah, because the movies are amazing, but then, like, you can't tell me anything. Like, normally I can ask you, like, what happens in a story, and I can be like, well, this happened or that happened. I can't see it. Like, nobody knows what's gonna happen. No, it's like lock and key. Okay, one question. Maybe you can tell us. What's Baby Yoda like? Is he in the movie? No, that's another story.
I know almost as much as you do. To be very honest.
It's crazy.
They give you just what you need to know.
Right.
So I'm curious as well. I can't wait.
Is it because they want you to go and watch the movie as well?
I think so. They're that hard pressed for cash.
Yeah, Disney's just hardcore. They're like, no, Lupita, you're gonna come and watch the movie. You're gonna But it must be really special for you being a part of such a major franchise. I mean, you've done so many epic films. You're an Oscar-winning actor, but at the same time, you're part of Star Wars. Was that something you thought about when you were growing up? Is like, I'm going to be part of the biggest franchise ever?
It never occurred to me, I have to admit. And I watched Star Wars growing up, but I didn't know that it was a cultural phenomenon.
Right.
I just liked like C-3PO. It just come on public holidays, you know? So it was a public holiday movie. And then I got cast.
Wait. Which country was this in?
In Kenya, sorry. Yes.
In Kenya, Star Wars is a public holiday movie?
Yeah, it would come on the public holidays. Yeah.
That's rock and roll. No, because like most countries will play like those old black and white films where it's just like someone saving Christmas or something. Yeah. And you guys are like, no, we are doing Star Wars.
We're doing Star Wars. Yeah, so I really liked the movie, but I didn't know what it was all about.
Right.
And then I got cast in Star Wars, and my brother cried. And that's when I was like, okay. And then I was watching, what is it? Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
And I realized that Star Wars, like, it was pervasive in all popular culture, because one of the questions was like, oh, you're Darth Vader. And I was like, wow, like everyone is all about Star Wars.
Yes.
And then there was this big splash about me being a part of it, and I was like, oh, shit.
Let me ask you this then. Is there a part of you that's happy that your character is like you wear the dot things and you do the acting, right?
I am so glad.
Because then you don't have because Star Wars fans are like the best fans in the world, but they will chase you.
They're intense.
And they'll chase you with lightsabers to get like a selfie.
Yes.
But they don't, like a lot of people might not know that you're in the movie.
Yeah, the real buffs know that I'm in the movie.
Got it.
But just like, lighter Star Wars fans don't.
Right.
So I get away with being in it and also not being in it, which I like a lot.
I like that you are also in, like, it's not just Star Wars, but then at the same time, you're in Black Panther as well. So it's like these major, like, do you ever get confused though when you're in epic movies? Like, do you, in the middle of Star Wars, was like, Maz just doing this? And then people are like, what are you doing?
That's crazy.
It would be amazing, though.
Wakanda is kind of specific, and so is the galaxy far, far away,
Let me ask you this, though. Okay, so when you're doing Maz, are you in, like, a sound booth?
Well, yeah, this time, in the past, I've done the motion capture.
Right.
This time, I just did her voice, and they had an animatronics do the role.
So then do you just, like, do it? You just wake up, and then you just go and do the voice?
Yeah, I go in.
Do you dress as her? Do you have to, like, get in? Because you're the character, but we don't see you, so...
Yeah, I wear orange for inspiration.
Right. and like those headphone things and the
goggles.
Yes.
Yep. That's all in the booth waiting for me.
Okay.
Just to feel like, no, it is not true. None of this is true. Let's get that straight. I'm not a crazy person. No, I go in there in my sweats and, and I get in there and they're like, okay, so this is what happened right before. And they give me a rundown about where I'm at. And then I go for it.
You see, now what you should have done, and if you do another Star Wars movie, because they don't tell you what's going to happen, you should just stretch the rundown. So they go, okay, this is how, they've just been a battle, and now and then you're like, what was the battle about?
I totally do that.
And then you'll be like, and what happens after the battle? And then you should just get the whole movie.
And I'm writing it down.
Yeah, just write, and then say that again, please, and say that again.
And then I post it on Instagram.
And then Disney's like, Lupita, we need to speak to you. Let's talk about the book now.
Yes.
We know Lupita Nyong'o as an award-winning actress. And now we should know Lupita Nyong'o as a New York Times best-selling author. Congratulations.
Thank
you. The book has received many accolades. Sulwe is a beautiful story about a young girl who has dark skin, unlike some of the other members of her family. They're all black people, but with different shades, and she's the darkest. And what's really cute is it's a story of how she doesn't like her skin, and the kids tease her in school. And then she comes to learn through the magic of the stars why her skin is also beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a story that is resonating with so many people, almost now more than ever. Why did you feel you needed to tell this story, especially to children?
Well, because I lived this. This is a very liberal autobiography. And I wanted to tell it to children because I think they're the ones who really need to hear it most. They're at that impressionable age where they're figuring out who they are and what their value is in the world. And I wanted to get to that child before the world had told them what they were worth so they could figure it out for themselves. So one of the things that Sulwe does is that she, through her imagination and through this journey in the night sky, she figures it out for herself. And I think that's an important message because you can't really control how the world is going to treat you, but you can control how you treat yourself. And hopefully when you can love yourself, you can change the world around you with the light that you shine.
That's beautiful. I think I found it even more touching because I knew how personally you took the story. And you write about it in the back of the book, It seems like a great kid's story, but then when you realize that this was your life, you start to understand how much of an impact it makes on people. In fact, just recently, Miss South Africa won Miss Universe.
I know, congratulations.
And she was saying how, even for her, seeing somebody of dark skin with natural hair and just being an African woman, being celebrated for her beauty was a milestone. A lot of people connected to that. If there is a child out there, or anyone, even a grown-up who says Lupita, I've had dark skin for so long. People have said to me, I'm not beautiful because of that dark skin. Is there anything you did or changed or found in your life that helped you find the beauty that you actually always had?
Woo! That's a good one. Anything that I did that helped me find myself, really. Well, I think, what did I do? I think I kept my imagination alive. I always fed my imagination, and that's where I found solace. And that's why it was so important that she had an imagination and went on this journey. Because when you have an imagination, you can create for yourself the person you want to be. You give yourself vision, and it's so important to have vision because that's what can take you from where you are to where you need to be. So I think that's really important, but I think it's also about surrounding yourself with people who see the best in you, and finding those people and holding onto them for dear life. For me, I was lucky. My parents really believed in me, and my parents, even when I didn't believe in myself or when I got teased by other people, my parents were steadfast in their love.
Right.
And so even when I didn't want to hear it because it wasn't cool to listen to your mom, at the end of the day, my parents did not tire from reminding me of the things that I needed to know about myself. And when the time came, I could take that on and use it to move forward.
And you've moved very far forward. Thank you so much for being on the show again. Congratulations on everything. Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker opens in theaters December 20th, and Sulwe is a beautiful book that's available now. Go out and get it. Lupita Nyong'o, everybody.